All right, what is up, everyone? My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be looking at Carter Hart, his first season as a starter and his second season in the NHL. So obviously it gets cut short, and I honestly think Hart had a really good year. A lot of the talk was just his road record and everything like that. And he was dominant at home. He struggled a bit on the road, but I'm going to get into that road talk a little bit later. So as for this season, he plays 43 games. He starts 40 of them, and then he had to come in the other three. 24 wins, 13 losses, 3 overtime losses, a 242 goals against average, and a 914 save percentage with one shutout. That one shutout came in the home opener versus New Jersey. He was lights out in that game. For his career, 74 games played, 70 started. He's 40, 26, and 4, 259, 915 save percentage, one shutout. So that game versus New Jersey was his first ever NHL shutout. I love Carter Hart. I really do. I don't really think there's anything bad about Hart, his game. The one thing that I don't really like about his game is his puck handling. He's not a really good puck handling goaltender. And it's hard to know, like, I can definitely see where that's hard for goalies, when to come out, when to not come out, when to stay in the net, because I was always so used to a Flyers goalie going behind the net, because Steve Mason used to do it all the time. He used to go out, and he was a very good puck handler. He could really pass the puck, move it, shoot it up the ice. He was definitely a good puck handler. That's really the only thing I don't like about Hart's game, but I think he had a really good season. As I said, he's 21 years old, and to put up those numbers, that's pretty good. So really, on the whiteboard here, last 5, he actually played really good in those last 5 games. So the only loss was versus Boston, and then in combined he had a 937 save percentage in those 5 games, 4-1-0. And he was lights out versus Buffalo, pretty damn good versus Carolina. The 2 games versus the Rangers, he played good. That game, March 1st, he gave up 3 goals. I don't really think a lot of those goals were kind of hard for him to see. There wasn't much defense. The one was a complete blatant screen. And versus Boston, the Flyers played so good, I don't even think really Hart had really a bad. I mean, the first goal versus the Bruins, it was the point shot, couldn't see it. The second shot, that's literally like a seeing eye shot. Nothing really he could do. Could he have saved it? Yeah, but it's whatever. And he was lights out. He was playing so good. That game versus Buffalo, he had a 974 save percentage. The game before that versus Carolina, 966. So he played some really good hockey going into these last couple games, and I think that really would have continued into the playoffs with the Flyers and for Hart, because what I thought the Flyers should have been doing was just Carter Hart at home and Brian Elliott on the road until the playoffs, and then you give Hart every game. I think that's how they were going to be doing it, because that's kind of what it seemed like towards the end of the schedule, and that's how I wanted them to do it, because you have to play your strengths, especially when you're a team trying to fight for a top flight spot, because we knew that they were in, just didn't know where. So I think that's what they were doing, and that's the best thing. So as for Carter Hart at home, he's 23-2, a 944 save percentage, and a 161 goals against average. He's lights out at home. Unbelievable. And the team plays better defense in front of him at home. Now, as on the road, he's 4-10-1, 857 save percentage, 381 goals against average. The team was awful in some games on the road. That West Coast road trip, they were god awful defensively. Not saying Hart was bad, but when you continuously not get the puck out of your zone for a couple minutes straight against teams like Vegas, and it doesn't even matter who the team is, they'll pounce on you. All the teams in this league are good. Like, it's not and when I say it like that, I mean, when you play them, they don't play like they're in the standings. They play, you know what I mean? So it's like, teams like San Jose, who still have really good offense. Anaheim's got a pretty good team. As I said, Vegas, Arizona, that whole road trip, they struggled. And there was other games as well. I didn't really think Hart there are some goals, but I don't really think he's too much to blame for the road woes. I think the whole team's confidence is shot. I've said that the whole season when they play on the road. I really don't know what else it is. I just don't. And it doesn't seem like anyone else knows either. And that goes for the players and anyone. But, I don't really think it would have been that much of a problem going into the playoffs. I think the Flyers would have been fine on the road. I think they would have settled down. I think they would have got a couple home wins under their belt, and they would have went into the road games with better confidence, being up either 2-0 or tied 1-1, or something along those lines. Because I honestly think that if the Flyers, whatever they do here with the rest of the season, whatever, home games the Flyers have, since we're talking about different sites and everything, then I think they'll be perfect in all of them. But, Hart had a great season, and he's 21 years old. I mean, come on. He was unreal. I don't really think he had any really bad games that I can think of off of memory. I'd probably have to go back and look deep at film and all the highlights and things like that. But as for next season, I don't really think the Flyers are going to be having to be doing much with goaltending. I think they should just re-sign Brian Elliott, but that's definitely an option. If they don't, there are some other goaltenders that are in this free agency if they wanted to pursue. I don't think they should. I think they should stay with Elliott because he's been that good this season. Obviously, you get him at a cheaper deal, and there really isn't much for them to do goaltending wise. I think they're set for a couple years. So let me know what you guys think below, and remember, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.